PHP was first discovered in 1994. PHP is hypertext preprocessor scripting language that can be used to develop dynamic and interactive websites. It was first server-side language that could be embedded into HTML, making it easier to add functionality to web pages without needing to call external files for data. It is used to manage dynamic contents, databases, session tracking, even build entire e-commerce sites. PHP is integrated with a number of popular databases including MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft. Let's see what PHP can do. So PHP can manage dynamic web pages. PHP can handle form, gather data from files, save data to a file and return data to the user. Using PHP, you can add, delete, modify elements within your database through PHP. You can also encrypt data using PHP. Let's see some features of PHP, which is easy to learn, support different types of databases like MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft, supports multiple server sites like Apache, XAMPP. Variables. Variables is a name given to a memory location which acts as a container for storing data. Syntax for storing variables are ampersands. Name of the variable equals to the value you want to give to the variables, then closing it with a semicolon. Constant are the fixed value to do not change during execution time. The syntax for defining constant is in brackets the name of the constant, comma the value you want to put in it, and then semicolon. Data types in PHP are integers, strings, boolean based, float, and undefined. Integer is defined as the numbers like 1, 2, 3. Strings are defined as the words ABCD, hello worlds. Boolean based are defined as the condition of the true, false, and float are defined as the pointed value. An array is a data structure that contains a list of elements. These elements are all of the same data type, such as an integer or a string. The syntax for an array is ampersand, the name you want to give it, equals to array in bracket, all the values of the array separated by comma, then semicolon. A function is a block of organized, reusable code that is used to perform a single related action. There are two types of functions, predefined and user-defined. Predefined function is a inbuilt function and a user-defined function is defined by the users. The syntax for creating function is function, the name of the function and the variables you want to store in it. Then inside the bracket you can execute any command on it. Conditional statement is a set of rules performed if a certain condition is met. It is like an if-then statement. If condition is met, then an action is performed. Loops are used to repeat a specific block until some end condition is met. So some kinds of loop are while loop, do while loop, for loop, and an additional case which is switch case. While loop. While the condition is true, the code within the loop is executed. The syntax for while is while, the condition you want to it, and the loop code inside it. This loop will first execute the code, then check the condition, and while the condition holds true, execute repeatedly. The syntax for do while loop is do the loop's code and while the condition. For loop, repeatedly execute the loop code while a given condition is true. It tests the condition before executing the loop body. The syntax for loop is for the value from which it began, the condition, and the steps in which it will be happen, and the loop code in the last. The switch statement is used to perform different actions based on different conditions. The syntax for it is switch expression in the bracket case 1. If case 1 was true, then it will break the code and end it. and if it is false, then it will go to the second case, and at the last it will run default case.